So, baby, earlier you brought up to me that the more that we've been talking about our future together and everything that we are looking forward to do in the future, you said that you've been thinking a lot more about this.
Yes.
Which I thought was crazy because, oddly enough, I have too. I've been thinking a lot more about the fact that we are expiring, getting closer and closer to expiring every day.
And that's the honest truth.
Yes.
I think this is kind of funny because I'm like, bro, we really finna talk about this on this episode. Like, it's not funny, but it's like, yes, like the more we talk about like us and what we plan on doing in the future, what we want to build, I'm like, dang, like we getting closer and closer to death. Like, and I don't know why that thought is more present in my mind right now. It's just like duh, like everyone's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? But lately it's just been like, dang, like we need to get this done. We want to do this. We want to travel here. We want to build this. And it's like, do we have enough time? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's crazy.
So I've been thinking about it a little bit in that way. I've been thinking more about it just because, you know how we talk about all of the different things we want to do, from the places we want to go to the experiences that we can't wait to be able to have and to create together. I be thinking about it. I'm like, man, you know, we only about 2.5 years out, you know, from baby being gone and it being really just like me and you to do like our own thing. And I be like, bruh, every day I'm driving home, you know, from work, I'm passing boatloads of accidents like every single day. And what it makes me think about is like, thank God, like one of those accidents ain't me. And then also it's like, man, who are you to just expect that those next 2.5 years is going to come? And that's what I've been really thinking about more than anything, because I know that the past 11 years of our marriage, it's been a lot of serious stuff going on. You know what I mean? We've had a lot of moments where we've been like challenged and just pushed to the edge and stuff like that. Granted, we've had a lot of good times in between, but
of course,
this will be that time period where we finally get to really focus just on our marriage and the future that we want to build together. And it's like, bruh, like, please, Lord, get us like to that point to where we can have that time and enjoy it, but like not squandering the current moment either.
Yeah, and that was really my point when I was bringing it up to you earlier. It's like, I don't want to continue to put stuff off.
Yeah.
Like, we've been very intentional, like, especially lately, making sure we're doing everything that we said we want to do. Hey, we want to go on this hike. Let's do it. We want to do this activity with baby girl. Let's do it. Like, no longer putting things off and saying, hey, like, okay, we'll wait until this month or we'll wait until next year. No, who's to say that is promised to us? Like, that is not guaranteed. So it's like, okay, well, let's try to do these things as they come or as the desire is there, because you just never know when you'll lose someone you love.
Man. And that's such a hard reality.
It's hard.
Sometimes.
Yes.
And it's like, man, I know that we've been working on ourselves, man, and our marriage so hard these past 2.5, 3 years. And it's like, man, it's like we've been falling more and more in love.
Yes.
Through this process and of us just growing through everything. And as we're getting closer to that time period, you know, of being empty nesters, it's like I feel like I'm still just falling for you over and over again. But it keeps reminding me also, you know, that this life, you know, is limited. Like that the time is not promised and things like that. And it keeps putting me in this place to where I'm like, man, I don't want to wait to have experiences. I don't want to keep putting things off. Also still prepare for the bigger future. Of course. But also taking full advantage of the now and the present moment. Yeah, so it's been a lot mentally, you know what I mean? Like, cause I told you I've been thinking about this stuff for probably about 2-3 months now.
Yeah.
And you told me it's been on your mind a lot like the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. No, not the last 2-3 weeks. It's at least been a month or two for sure.
Oh, okay.
But it's been like aggressive, like more aggressive.
Yeah.
Like I used to have like fleeting thoughts, like, cause obviously like you drive pretty far, like to and from work. So I have those thoughts like, Lord, please let my husband get home safe. You know what I mean? But lately, I don't know if it's because I made that one post.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if your spouse wasn't there, or like if your spouse, what if you woke up and your spouse was gone? I don't know if it's been since I posted that, where it's like literally in the front of my mind now.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, let me love on my husband as much as I can. Like, let me support him as much as possible. Let me just be here for him as much as possible. Because I don't know. We don't know when our time is up.
Man, that post really put so much in a perspective for me. For those of you that don't know, you know, we made a post a while back, you know, just talking about the importance of loving on your spouse while you have them. You know what I mean? And you can pretty much guess where that post was going.
Yeah.
But in just seeing the comments, the amount of people who had actually lived through that,
Yeah.
and just seeing like what it did to them and how they've had to overcome that, like it really gave that post more life than I expected it to.
Absolutely.
And I didn't think so many people was finna flood the comments the way that
And
they
be so
did
open and honest.
and share
Yeah.
that stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so, I mean, I had to like just stop reading some of it.
yeah.
I was just like, man,
It's hard.
it's heavy.
Because it makes you think about your person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the way that we love each other, like, I'm like, bro, I can't be reading that.
Listen,
too
I have gotten like several times where I've gotten choked up thinking about the possibility of your death.
Yeah.
Like, just like, I could, you know how you feel that lump in your throat? And I was like, oh, Lord, we ain't finna think about this no more.
Yeah.
But it's so real. I'm like, bro, I don't know what I would do without you. Like, I love you with my everything. Like, that is, it's crazy. Like, okay, let's not talk about that no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, Lord, please give me a
Please, Lord.
cool another 50 with my wife. Please,
Man,
at least.
50 plus.
Please, at least 50. Jesus Christ.
But I mean, I don't want to sound like this to sound so drab and sad, but it's like you really should appreciate your spouse every single day. Like, love on each other every single day. Like, because you chose this person for a reason. Like, and show them that they ain't like these regular mugs out here in these streets. You chose them because you wanted them, because you saw a future with them. It was something about them that you thought was special.
Yeah.
So treat them that way.
That also just makes me think about how we were talking before about like avoiding taking the current moment for granted. I don't know where that word.
Wait, what?
To not take the current moment for granted.
Yes. Okay, there we
We're
go.
talking about not taking the current moment for granted.
Yeah.
And like the more that I've thought about that, it's just put me in this space to where I know for sure that I don't want to continue to let, years go by without us having big moments from the year to be able to look back on. I don't want us to, just keep putting things off, that experiences that we could have, memories that we could make.
Right.
And like the big thing in all of this for me, and what I think is, like kind of the most important in this conversation, is remembering that, for one, the person you have in your life is a gift.
Yes.
The fact that they are in your life and willing to do life with you, knowing that it's going to come with so many different challenges in so many different areas, and that they're signing up to do this with you, like honor that and like do the best that you can to show that means something to you. You know what I mean? And just like take care of the person that you have in your life, because you really don't know what's in store for any of us, on the grand horizon of things. Like, sometimes we can take our current moment for granted so much so that we just feel entitled for like the next day. We feel like we're just supposed to get, another week, another month or something like that to get it together. And we feel like that because we got it yesterday.
Yeah.
And the day before and all of those times before. But like it says, man, nobody know the day nor the hour. You know what I mean? And like, and granted, that's talking about Jesus, but in this context, what I'm saying, You don't know the day or the hour, like when it could be your time.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, for real though, man, like you just don't know, man, because again, we think that we're just entitled to like the next moment.
Yeah.
And we're not. And so it's up to us to make sure that the people in our lives know that they mean something to us, that we care about them, that we love them, and to not take those opportunities to where we can express that for granted.
Mm-hmm. I agree, baby.
Yeah, so that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. And I love you.
I love you.
And I hope you see that. I hope I express that in every possible way, that you feel it down deep in your core, through your bones, your soul.
All of it.
Feels my love for you.
I do so much. And like, I'm just glad that we're in a space now to where we can use that as just another form of accountability to just not take, this moment for granted.
Yeah.
And like now I feel that much more aware of the fact that I need to show you more love, to be more intentional about, just expressing what I feel to you, not just like in my words, but in my actions in every way that I can. Because, man, I don't know what I'd do without you.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to think about it, truth be told.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, man, this life is a gift. And the fact that we get to do it with each other, like, it's just a gift on top of a gift.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't.
And just want to encourage other people, just to think about it, man, because no matter what it might seem like in the moment, there'll be a day, where you look back on this and you wish you had this moment again.
I know something that I did notice in the comments about the post we were talking about earlier. A lot of people say, no, I can't think about that. No, we're not going to think about that. Lord forbid. I'm like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but like death is a part of all of our journey. No one escapes that. Like just because you don't think about it or don't talk about it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. That is one thing that is for sure going to happen.
Right.
So you should be talking about it, and you should be like showing each other love. And the message should have been a wake up call, which it was for a lot of people, which I'm grateful for. But it's like, it should be a wake up call that death is right there. Like we don't know when. Just make sure you loving your spouse the way that you want them to remember.
Yeah.
And in a way you can feel proud of as well, And
making your presence, like truly feel seen and heard and felt, in the time that you have.
Right.
Like, man, I want to do as much as I can in this lifetime to be able to make sure that you and those that we love know that love was there and that it was real. And that it meant something.
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah. That's the big message, family.
Yeah.
That is it.
And I never want you to ever have to second guess whether or not I actually truly loved you.
Never.
Like deeply. Or if you felt like I was just feeling like obligated because I'm your wife. It's like, no, I actually really love you. I actually want to be your wife. I enjoy being your wife. And I try to show you that every single day.
You do a good job.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to know that it's never once felt like it wasn't real or like, that you didn't truly feel that way, anything like that. Like it's always felt like it was coming from like the realest place. And I'm glad that I was for one able to experience it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And knowing that it came from you the way that it did, that I'm glad to know that you did it with intention. You know what I mean?
And still doing it with intention.
Yeah, you did it with intention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Couldn't hide it if you tried.
Good.
Hey, stop flirting with me, man. Stop flirting with me.
Okay, I'm done.
I hope y'all got some value out of that, though. Because I definitely did.
Yeah.
And it just puts a lot of things, in a perspective, like I know it did for us.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll do the same for you, family. But that's today's episode. My name is John Trone. This is my beautiful queen.
Adoria.
And we are One Dope Couple. And until next time, family, peace and love.